Hey, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in and watching the Cypress Sports Show, brought to you by Coach's Corner, your go-to spot before and after the game. I'm Jeff Russell here with Marissa Slevcove. Today we're going to talk to longtime head track coach John Eyman. We say long time, we mean he's old.
Nah, he's still got plenty of years left.
He does, and he's got a lot of enthusiasm still, cares so much about what's going on. So we'll check in with Coach. We're also going to check in with Marissa in our Destination Jiu-Jitsu segment, Kruisin with Krebs. Coach Slevcove, we got a lot going on. We talked about it before, the weather. The weather is becoming a bigger factor as we go. We were able to squeeze in a game yesterday for baseball. Thankfully, we played that game yesterday, not the week before, because the sun had a little bit of a determining factor in the game. So, but a lot of weather.
A lot of weather, right? Softball got out of town last week, so they avoided some weather. Baseball, we do start our games a little early until the daylight savings time for reasons like this. It's not fun tying when you don't have a chance to go to extra innings. Yesterday we went to extra innings and still got the game in, thankfully, because of daylight savings time. 10 innings. And that means the baseball team has won its first 3 games in Crestview League play, all by 1 run, and 2 of them in extra innings. On Saturday, the boys beat El Medina 1-0 in 9 innings before a walk-off infield hit by Spencer Kwan. Then on Monday, the boys were able to beat Foothill in 10 innings on a walk-off, the old squeeze bunt by Landon Anderson to score Greg Profit III after Greg Profit Jr. III hit a lead-off double. The team was down to its last strike in the 7th inning before Noah Johnson, our guest a couple weeks ago, started a rally with a single, and then Connor Artisers scored him on a double. Coach, you remember that sun out there in right field at Cypress High?
I'm telling you, it's known, right? If you've ever been to a game or if you played, as we both did, and I played many times on that side of the infield at second, and it is, it's tough. And when you don't play there every day, you end up like Foothill.
Right. Connor had a clean hit, but that sun got in that outfielder's way a little bit, bounced by him. Noah's able to score all the way around from first. And then in the 9th inning, Paul Dominguez scored the tying run with 2 outs. So we got it done in 10 innings on Wednesday. The boys head to El Dorado, but actually we are flipping that. We're probably going to play that game at Cypress, and that will finish up the first round of league play. The softball team went 3-3 out in Bullhead City last week and have moved up to number 13 in the county rankings. Michaela Bishop had 9 hits in the tournament, followed by Delaney Faust with 8 and Sadie Sievers with 7. Coach, take a guess. Delaney Faust had 8 hits in the tournament. How many of those were home runs? 4. Hey, you cheated. Kind of like the kids on the econ test today.
Hey!
Right, Krebs?
No.
Just kidding. 4 home runs by Delaney Faust in Bullhead City. This week, weather permitting, the girls take on Mayfair, which was canceled today, and Los Alamitos on Thursday in a non-league game.
Now, Los Alamitos, by the way, former Cypress alumni, daughter on that team. Do you know what alumni?
Jeff Maggs.
Jeff Maggs.
Of course.
Shout out to
Maggs
Jeff
is watching the
and
show right now.
Yeah, and his daughter on the Los Al team.
She's friends with a lot of the Cypress guys.
Los Al team, though. That really is hard for me to say. Jeff Maggs, Cypress guy, Los Al team, daughter. Hurts.
Boys volleyball is 2-2 in league play, and they have 2 league games this week, traveling to El Dorado on Tuesday and then hosting Canyon on Thursday. Benny Lee has been balling out for Coach Alex and the volleyball team. Track and field went to Cal High last week for a tri-meet. Austin Anderson continued his dominance in the 400, and Katrina Sokolowski is off to a great start in the high jump with some of the best marks in Southern California. Boys tennis lost to Milliken last week and had a match postponed because of rain. This week, they are scheduled to take on Huntington Beach, Servite, and Bolsa Grande, and the Huntington Beach one on Tuesday has been canceled. Boys golf beat Marina last week in a non-league match on the Cruiser course at Navy, and the boys beat Brea on Monday behind medalist Eric Shin. Swim team lost to Villa Park in a dual meet last week to open their season. Then they participated in the Villa Park relays. Best wishes to Sophia Novak, one of our best swimmers who injured her shoulder in the race last week. This week they take on Oxford. Coach, do you know where Oxford is going to swim against Cypress? Will it be at Oxford or Cypress?
I'm guessing Cypress since Oxford has no pool.
Very good. And finally, the badminton team beat Fountain Valley last week, but lost to Cerritos and Marina. This week they take on Kennedy and Loera, a couple Anaheim Union High School district teams. Coach, if you got nothing else to do this week, that might be a couple good matches to get out to.
That might be something I hit up.
Yes, the district AD should probably get out there.
I'll try. But Coach, you really, I mean, everything was good except you forgot one major victory last week.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, come on.
Well, you know.
We were not even challenged in the pickleball. The closest game was 11-4. We dominated the pickleball tournament.
And talk about dealing with the elements.
Anyone going to give us a game?
Yeah. No. And now I'm off to a great start in the dodgeball. You know, some people would call it cheating in dodgeball. Others would just say the teachers needed a little handicap. That's all, you know.
Do you do the old throw the ball up and then they look up and you drill them while they're looking up?
No, we didn't do that
Not yet?
one. Not yet.
Soon. All right, well, let's hope the rain doesn't stick around too long and we get back to a little bit of sunshine in the springtime. And of course, hey, speaking of sunshine, let's bring in our biggest shining star, Marissa, in our Kruisin with Krebs segment. Marissa, what do we got? All right.
Staying dry.
Trying.
So this week we have a good one.
Do you know?
Yes.
Now we heard that the segment we might have asked the question got a different one. Kind of bringing back some Mr. Pfeiffer vibes here.
Yeah, a little bit. So this week we have if you could play in a match and be the top scorer, but never win a national championship, would you rather do that or would you rather win a national championship and never play?
Oh, never play.
Never play. But you still are technically a national champion, but you just didn't get any playing time.
Mm-hmm.
Or would you rather just have the top scoring title and then just never win?
I mean, for me, that's an easy one.
Really?
Of course. Can you tell me who was the leading scorer in the NBA in 2010?
No.
Can you tell me who won the championship in 2010?
Nope.
Oh, come on. The Lakers.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to take the championship every time.
Yeah?
No, 100%.
Why?
We're team guys, team players.
Not just a team player, you're going to get a big ring as a national champ. Whether you practiced every day, you had a part in making other people better, and that part made them do better in the games, and maybe they were the leading scorer, but you were a part of everything. You attended every practice, all the meetings. You were just as big a part of that championship as anyone else.
I definitely think that's a good
Whereas,
way.
That question, your question's kind of, I mean, it's not even a question.
But, you know, some people care about the playing time more, so it's kind of in the middle. I don't know.
I can't wait to see who that is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, some people, yeah.
All right.
Well, let's check it out. It's time for Kruisin with Krebs. What's up, guys? I'm here with Ian, and he does water polo. And I'm here with
Lauren, and I play soccer.
I'm here with Samara on girls basketball. I'm here with
Gio Loza, and I play boys soccer.
I'm here with Wyatt, and he does baseball. And the question is, would you rather win a national championship but never score? But never play, never score, but never play, or be the top scorer in every match that you play?
I would be the top scorer in every match because I feel like sitting on the bench is like one of the worst feelings.
I would rather, I'd rather be a winner, but never win a national championship.
I'd rather always be the top scorer because, like, I just don't want to sit on the bench and just, like, not play because that's very boring.
I'd rather be the top scorer on my team and never win a national championship because I like playing time. I don't want to be on the bench.
I'd rather win a national championship because it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that not many people can get, and it'd be a cool experience.
And well, the reason why is, being part of a winning team is good enough, but why be part of a winning team when you can be the one that's winning?
And she's the top scorer anyways.
All right, today we welcome longtime track and field coach
Long time.
Long time. What is long time? Is that like 25 years?
I'm over 25.
What are we at here?
Been here 28 years, so.
28.
I
And
think one year I didn't do it because my son, I took care of my son.
Right.
I worried about him doing the right thing, so I took off a year.
So how many, forget in a row, how many total years have we coached track?
26.
26?
27. When I was just an assistant. But when I stepped away completely, and then when I was just an assistant, so 27.
So over those 27 years, we've seen obviously a lot of stuff, specifically our field, right?
Oh my gosh.
So no one's been more involved in the process, obviously the athletic directors and such, but as far as coaches go, no one's been more involved and invested into the field project than you have been. Lots of meetings, lots of stuff going on. Looking back now, stepping on it, was it all worth it?
Yeah, for sure. And it was one of those moments where we had the first rain we had, and it was just like hard rain, like for about 2-3 hours, 4 hours, whatever it was. And I'm going, oh no, I can go out there and practice. We can actually do stuff.
How many days would that, maybe weeks would that have been?
Oh my gosh. There was about 2 years ago, I think we missed 26 days on the track, which is almost like a whole month, of training. So I look out in the field sometimes, there's no other sports programs out there, and we're running on the track. So it's kind of cool.
I remember us going over to Cypress College a couple times and running there and doing, at least trying to do something somewhere because our field was, not, able to be run on. So what are the biggest advantages that you now see in having that field besides just the practice part? What other advantages?
Obviously just organizational, because everyone has a lane now. Before, back in the thing, you tell the kid, okay, hey, kind of stay in the line, don't go inside of that guy, cut that guy off. But now we have lanes. We can say, okay, hey, hurdlers, you got lanes 9, 8, and 7. Distance kids, you're in 1, 2, or 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you don't really think of that, right? Like we just had a dirt track, but we didn't paint the lines unless we had a meet.
Yeah, and then the lines lasted for about 2 or 3 days, and then they were gone.
Right.
So these things are all here. The markings there for the hurdles, like Coach Frank would sit there and try to measure or take because some of the little placards were gone. And she's trying to measure it to make sure that it was right. I think it's right there, and we'd scratch a mark on the dirt. And so it's a blessing, and it's great. It's great having it, and it puts us on par with the rest of the schools in the county. I think last year we were at a meet. There was 40 high schools in the meet. We were the only one that had a dirt track at that time. So.
I never realized Coach Eyman is so detail-oriented now, too. He knows more details about the ins and outs of track construction now than ever, right, Coach?
I do, but I still made a lot of mistakes, so it's one of those things you wish you could do a couple times, because when you realize what wasn't exactly how it should have been, you come back and fix it the second time, but you're not going to get a second time on a track unless I went to another school that had a dirt track and was getting a whole new facility. So there were some things that I wasn't exactly right, but like I said, I'm so happy, so excited, and I appreciate that the district finally did this, and it's been great for us.
And you brought the excitement to the school. You were pumping up the alumni track meet, and you got a ton of people out here for that. Tell us about that experience.
It was one of those things that I think there's been so many kids that have gone through the program here and never had an opportunity to experience a track or a facility. I thought they should. I thought it would be great. It would be great for us to come back together and say hello to some old people, and hopefully our kids interact with them, and we talk about interacting with them and just saying hello and talking and find out a little bit about because all in all, we're all Centurions, whether we're from 2000 or 24. So I thought that was real important. And the coolest thing for me at that meet was seeing the kids that have graduated now as parents with their little kids and so excited about them running a 50-yard dash or a 25-yard dash. We had like 2-year-olds running about 25-yard dash, and so that was really cool, and it worked out real well. Kids all got a medal. Jason Bruton, who coached here cross country and stuff like that, he still has his own running company, and he donated the medals, and they were first-class medals. They were unbelievable. So it was pretty cool. It was a good deal.
That's pretty awesome. Has that been the dirt track to now a synthetic track? Has that been the biggest challenge in coaching at Cypress High School in terms of track and field? Just overcoming the obstacles of a season-long dirt.
Yeah, I think the like I said, the dirt was just holding us back a little bit. But we're never going to complain about it, never going to worry about that, because if we're complaining about that, then we have excuses. So it's always just go forward and do what we can, and then enjoy when we got on all-weather track. Now we're on all-weather track, experiencing it, and like I said, it's as far as organizational, it's great, it's unbelievable. Now, though, I mean, like we've talked about too, is securing that facility and not having everyone come on it that shouldn't be on.
Does the dirt track build some grit in some of these kids, though, in the training over the years?
There's a lot of kids
going to get spoiled?
Yeah, and I don't think they'll be spoiled. I mean, that's what hopefully they understand, is that there is a privilege to have this facility and not to take it for granted. But I don't think so. I think the group of kids that we have this year right now that are running for us are probably the best group of kids that I've ever had. And they're really enjoyable to be around, and they work hard, and they're thankful, and we kind of keep talking to them about, being thankful for this and taking care of the facility, because the facility's got to be here when you come back 10 years from
50
now.
50 years from now.
And that's the whole goal of it, But it was like the alumni meet was real cool. I mean, we had people, Tom Turner, who was the first graduating class in 1976, came out, and he was just talking and enjoying it, and had some other people come out from the early years. Feliciano Brothers, who he still holds the mile record, and he came out and talked. Jamie Nitch, who was like one of my first quarter milers back in 1998, all the way to people like Krebs, who came out and competed. So, like I said, I think everyone, it was good. And having the facility, hopefully they never take it for granted.
That's really cool. Bringing the community out, obviously, is such a giant thing. And you talked about this year's team. As we look at this year's team being a great group, what are the overall strengths of this year's team, and what about the invitationals that you go to? Which ones are going to be like the most challenging?
So I think the on the girls' side, we have only a few older kids, both coming back from major injuries. Kendall Ann came back from a hairline fracture on her hip, and Botry Bolton had an ACL that hurt playing flag football last year. So they're both coming back. That was huge. We didn't have them last year. Yvonne Lamb, Jordan Pluty, and Avery are that upper class athletes. And so we were ranked. They ranked us in the conference. So the conference, they rank you now based on what you'd score at a league finals. And they took all the points, and out of 15 teams, we were ranked really low. And so we were ranked in the bottom league, but the boys were ranked 6th overall. So you can't separate the two, so they put us in the second tier of the league, you'd say. But now we've got 6, 7 freshman girls. They're outstanding athletes, and they're going to make a big impact. And so I think it's going to shock some people as we go through the league on the girls' side. On the boys' side, got a really good distance group of boys that have been together for real years. So I think William Sancho has an opportunity to break David Napper's record in the half mile.
Wow.
So that's kind of cool.
That's impressive. We talk about that all the time. I still, to this day, remember Napper running laps on the track and going, that guy is literally sprinting faster than most guys just sprint, and he's going to run a mile. I don't know how he did it.
He was one of a kind. He really, truly was as a person, too.
Yeah.
And he ended up having 4 years at Yale. Yeah. And he was another one that came back. They all came back for spring break when he was at Yale, and 4 buddies came out from the East Coast. They said, hey, let's just go work out on the track. Okay. You guys got a dirt track? What the heck? So his family showed up that day. David couldn't make it, but his family showed up, and they're just so happy about everything. So William's got a chance to break the 800 record. I think he has a really good chance. We have some good group of sprinters. They ran 43.82 the other day at Cal High. I think that group's got a chance to win league. And some pieces, and they're working at it, and we're working at the hurdles and getting better, and got some throwers coming back. So I think we're going to be good for our league. We really will be. And there'll be a couple people that will move on to CIF. And our CIF is real hard because we're in Division I CIF.
It usually happens to me.
Normally that's Slevcove that happens.
It was Coach Penn. But I think there's some pieces there. I think they'll, like I said, it'll be us and Pacifica, I think, really for the league title when I look at results right now. And then on the girls' side, it'll be us and Korean Lutheran, I think, on the girls' side. And Katrina Solowski, I think that's correct, right? Yeah. Solowski. She popped off 5.4 in her first meet of the year. And so that ranks her like in the top 10 in Southern California as a sophomore. So she's got a chance to go deep. Probably a chance to go to state meet as a sophomore, which is kind of prestigious.
All right, looking back when you first started in 1998 at Cypress High to now in 2025, how have you changed as a coach? If you're coaching in 2025, you're coaching Clarence Moore in 2025, how would you be different than when you were coaching him in 99 and 2000?
More appreciative of talent. Sometimes I got lost, not knowing how. I thought it was just normal. I mean, Clarence took fourth in the state in 2000, 2003. We won 1, 2, 3 CF titles individually. Went to the state meet, and then 04 we went to the state meet. 05 went to the state meet. I thought it was just easy. My first 6 years, we're going to state meet like it was nothing. We're winning CF titles, and I appreciate it, but I really didn't truly sit down and wow, this is special. This is a special group of kids that came through in those 6 years, and so I'd be more appreciative of it. I think I was appreciative, but I think I'd be more appreciative and go, wow, this was special, because it's been a drought, only a few since then.
Yeah.
But it was real. I mean, the relay team, the boys relay team, went to Masters 3 straight years in a row, which is for Cypress kind of unheard of, to go to Masters Southern Section, and twice went to the state meet. And we're just talking about local Northern Orange County, Cypress High School. No transfers, no nothing like that. So it was pretty special.
Well, over your career, obviously, you've shaped a lot of athletes, but how has coaching kind of shaped you as a person? And if you were to look back, or maybe there was a look back at yourself starting as a coach, or maybe a young coach now, what advice would you give?
Relax a little bit. I was uptight, I think, coaching a lot of times. And there's some times where I thought I was really hard on the kids and trying to grab more out of them and almost push them to the point where maybe it was a little too much. But the funniest thing is the one person that I was tough on her, I hadn't seen her in about 10 years, and she came up to me. I ran into her like at Walmart, gave me a big hug and said, thank you. And she said, all that stuff you pushing me has made me better in what I do in my life today.
That's awesome.
So I guess it wasn't too bad. No one hates me, that I know of. So, those are the things.
No, I think you got a lot of respect around here with the students, your graduates, a lot of parents. I know I've had people that I can remember walking out of a football game 20 plus years ago and someone talking about Coach Eyman and the track program and this and that and the lessons that he instills in the kids. Do you have a motto or a theme each year or a certain lesson that you're trying to get across to the kids?
I think we talk about, and I think the proudest thing for me is when someone else outside of our program compliments our kids on the behavior. And so it happened again on Friday at Cal High. Our kids grabbed the hurdles, and there's 2 other schools there. Our kids are lifting the hurdles up, doing the right thing, pushing back, helping people out throughout whatever the meet. And their coach came up and complimented me on our kids. That's real important to me. I mean, we're all going to finish competing at some point. What kind of person are you going to be? And so to me, it's more important to being a good person, good teammate, good friend. And we talked about Nick Saban, when NFL teams come and talk to him, they don't ask him if a guy can play in the NFL. They ask him what kind of teammate he is he going to be a leader, what kind of person, does he get along, does he work hard? Don't ask him about his ability.
That's right. You hear about some people saying when they're recruiting guys or going to draft guys, talk to the locker room attendant.
Yeah.
How the athlete treat the locker room guy.
And I think that's so important. And for me, that's important for these kids. Like I said, I'll coach 4 great kids or 160 great kids. I want you to be that great kid, that great person. When the bus driver compliments you on your kid, those things are important to me. So.
Very cool. Well, if you had a chance, you could gather up, and we got the alumni, but let's say we could gather up all of your former athletes, get them in one place, what would you say to them?
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to coach you.
You're a good man, Coach.
I appreciate it. You guys are good too, man. You guys do a lot for the school.
Coach loves people. He loves people.
He does.
No doubt.
Well, we've come to the point. This is a little less serious, a little more fun. These are the fast action questions. No. Whatever comes to your mind. I'm sure you've seen it, or at least talked about it.
He's a big YouTuber. He sees it all.
I look it up all the time.
I
don't get on YouTube.
Being an old school guy, maybe we look back a little bit on some stuff. We'll see. Are you ready?
Sure. Let's do it.
All right. If you had to race or compete against one of your athletes, what event would you have the best chance of winning?
Shot put.
Shot put. I figured you might say that in the discus. It's got to be one of those.
They ain't gonna be running.
It ain't gonna be the high jump.
No. Yeah.
The irony, because he coaches the sprinters.
You know,
That's been his
what
thing.
was funny? I got a second. It was some of the alumni guys still think they had it.
Oh,
that was a funny thing.
Chris Castro.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, they could throw. He was okay throwing the shot, but that was probably a smart thing he did. But Clarence, I'm sorry, but I got to tell him the story. Clarence still, we're talking about him going out there, and and he's got the school record 48.7, the triple jump, 4th in the state, and played in the NFL, right? And he's gotten a little older. He's still in pretty good shape. He goes, I'm gonna try to go 40 feet and 20 feet in long jump, and so he's running down the runway. All of a sudden, he felt the hamstring grab. So sorry, Clarence, but yeah, if you ever see this thing, but yeah, so he goes, man, he probably should have just done easy, maybe a 15, 16 foot long jump, So he got one good run through, and then that was it. His hamstring was gone.
Oh, yeah.
So,
if you could recruit any famous athlete, past or present, for your team, who would it be?
oh wow, for track, Jesse Owens.
Ooh, great one.
Jesse Owens.
Yeah, that would be a great one. Which would you do? Run the 400 meter in full football pads or half marathon in flip flops?
Oh, full pads.
Really?
Yeah.
You're
He's
a flip
used
flop
to that.
guy.
No,
He's
but
a
he's
flip
a
flop
football
guy.
Hey,
I thought for sure I might go.
I've gone
flip-flop.
13 and a half miles. I did a half marathon, and my feet were killing me.
Yeah.
Nice, comfortable shoes.
Okay.
Started bleeding all the toes in there and all that stuff, so I couldn't picture 26.
I think you should have flipped this one, Coach.
I think
400 meter in flip flops or half marathon
maybe.
in pads.
I always tell
Anything half marathon or 400 meter, I think
I can get through a 400.
Yeah.
There's those people that think half marathons aren't real anyways, right? Like there's a comedian that says I can bench 900 pounds one halfway, just the down part, right? Like you got to do the whole thing. All right. Best excuse an athlete has ever given you to get out of practice?
Oh boy.
Oh my God. I got like a list. Now I got to think about it. There's so many.
They had to do a project in Coach Russell's class.
Oh, really?
Fake, liar.
I doubt that. That'd be a lie.
Oh, man. There's been, when you question, like you go, wow.
Yeah.
You just said that to me? Really? That's what you're
going
really
with
gonna
that
go that way? Okay. It's got to be. I can't remember, but I just remember looking at the person just going, really?
What are they? So bad that it was really.
Yeah, like.
If you could replace the baton in a relay with any random object, what would it be?
Pot.
Just a pot.
Yeah, just hand the pot off to the person.
I was thinking like rubber chicken or something like that.
Rubber chicken.
Yeah.
I'm thinking cooking stuff.
There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What event looks the easiest from people watching, but is surprisingly hard?
High jump. A lot of people think they could do high jump, and it's harder than you think.
Yeah. It's all that
Especially-
timing, right?
yeah.
I mean, you could jump high, but
Yeah, and a lot of people want to bend up like a little ball. You can't.
yeah.
But I think high jump, pole vault's probably the hardest right now.
Yeah.
Our kids are finding out. It's going to take some time for us to get better at pole vault. We
Been
had
a
pole
while
vault
since
for
we did
15
something.
years.
Yeah.
15
Been a while.
years. So learning the pole vault's really hard to do. And there's a lot of things, the guy that just won the gold medal is actually is like a 10 300 meter guy. He won the pole vault gold medal. So you got to be fast and athletic and strong.
Yeah.
You can't just be a guy because it's horizontal.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If your coaching style was a movie title, what would it be?
Remember the Titans.
Okay. All right. I like it. Who's faster in the 100, you, Cobes, or Fault?
Oh, I got them both.
You got them both?
I want to see it. I want to see it.
We gotta have to
I'm
make
just
that
kidding.
happen.
I'm kidding. Coase would be laughing at this right now. I think it'd be Coase maybe.
Yeah?
He's kind of leaned up a little bit.
I don't know. If you saw him on the pickleball courts the other day, you might.
No,
I
really?
don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't know. It
Well, my
seems a little slow to the-
lateral movement's kind of gone too, so I can understand that part.
So maybe Fault comes out of the
Yeah,
back.
big
and-
fault. I don't know if he's got the stamina though. He might
No.
fall apart.
20 meters, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, thanks again to our coach, John Eyman, for being here today. Thanks to the sponsors, Destination Jiu-Jitsu and Coach's Corner. Make sure you get out and support those businesses. Get out and watch a track meet. Check out the new field and track. It's awesome. Get out there and support Coach. We'll see you guys next week.